At that time, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she went up to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, duality is part of our life. And in fact, we experience and enjoy life because of this duality. And even in our Christian faith and mystery, duality plays a vital role until all of us one day are united with one God. And that reality is what we all of us hope for and live for. But as long as we are here on this earth, duality is part of us, including even in our faith and in our mysteries of Christian faith. Is Jesus human with the divine qualities? Or is he divine with the human nature? The faith tells us he is both. He is both human and divine as well. But within this duality, what Jesus tries to give us today is the primacy of it. What is the primacy of Jesus' nature? Though he was born in a human form, he was always God. He was God, he is God, and he will forever be God. That's the primary nature of the salvation story of Jesus on earth. That brings us to the point in the gospel today. Who is better, Martha or Mary? She is working, and Mary is sitting at the foot of Jesus. Faith is important, my dear friends. And in fact, Paul says it is grace, by grace alone, that we are saved. But faith alone is not enough. And that is what St. John emphasizes in his writings. Faith without works is dead. In other words, this dual nature of work, activities for Christ, as well as our faith are important. So that brings us to the point of this primacy of it. It is not that Jesus condemning or belittling or sidelining the nature of Martha and her activities, but what he's trying to do is to highlight the primacy of that faith, sitting at the feet of Jesus, spending time with him. When a guest visits home, what he prefers more is the company than the food and drinks. And even in our spiritual journey, this importance to prayer, importance to being closer to God is important. Not that the works that we do, the charity that we do, the much needed daily tasks that we have to do is not important. It is important. But within that dual nature of our life, what is the primacy that we give to? In today's world, my dear friends, more than ever, we need to spend quiet time with the Lord. Because we live in a world where everybody is trying to prove something. Everybody is trying to achieve something. Everybody wants to be on the top. It's like a story told about two guys stuck in the forest. In order to escape the lion, what they have to do? One guy is tying his shoes. The other guy is asking him, do you think you can outrun the lion? He says, no, I don't have to outrun the lion. I just have to outrun you. That is enough for me. And that is the mindset, trying to outrun one another. In that process, what happens? We become so dissatisfied. To the greatest sickness in the world, my dear friends, is called depression. Right from the young age to old people, depression is the primary cause of unhappiness in the world today. Why? It is of this mindset that I have to achieve something, I have to do something, I have to prove myself. And if I fail in doing that, I go into depressive mode. And that's where today's message is so beautiful. What is the priority in your life? What is the primacy? Is it that name, fame, and achievement? Or is it this peace of mind that can only come in the quietness of our hearts? The time that we spend with the Lord, the quality time that we give in prayer. And that, my dear friends, should become the foundation of our life. That should propel us in whatever we do, because action is important, but not at the cost of prayer, meditation, being close to the Lord. Learn to spend some time during the day as you get up. Even if you begin with 5 minutes of quietness, meditation, that in itself is a good beginning. And eventually you can increase that time longer, because that meditation is important to us, especially today where we experience so much of turmoil within the personal life and family lives as well. When we learn to pray, being close to God, spending time with the Lord, a lot of answers come to you. A lot of solutions you can find to our life's problems. May we learn to prioritize faith over our works so that our life may be a happy one.